Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Out of Boston here. Today I'm back for episode number 3 of my Pittsburgh Pirates franchise here on MLB 17, the show. So as I mentioned in the last episode, this episode is going to be a bit of a different format. I'm going to be utilizing a new sort of feature to this year's franchise mode, the critical situations, which basically allows you to kind of pick and choose. Well, not pick and choose, but it presents you with situations that, you know, typically are late in games that are 1 or 2 runs, and either you've got your closer on the mound, or that situation right there, Seager, one of the best players in the National League, had a chance to earn the walk-off, but Tony Watson, he gets him to ground out. So now, this was the first time I played this situation. I didn't really realize it was going to actually have me continue on past that one at-bat. So it takes me into extra innings here, and we actually get the first 2 guys on in the top half of the 10th inning. Polanco up now with 1 out. He's going to fly one to pretty deep center field. Peterson is there, but Marte going to attempt to tag up to third here. Maybe not the best play with 2 outs, but he's so fast it's not going to matter. He does get in there. So first and third for Josh Bell with 2 down. Chance they give the Pirates the lead. He tries to check his swing there. Accidentally taps the ball right to the first baseman. And that's an easy play for the third and final out of the inning. Now on to the bottom half of the 11th. Adrian Gonzalez up with a man on first. That's going to be a walk as Trevor Williams now into the game for the Pirates. Our bullpen was pretty depleted after this game. And now Andrew Toles with a single into center field. Now, a strong throw from Polanco prevents the runner from coming around, but the bases are loaded with 2 outs, or 1 out, excuse me, for Yasiel Puig. That's a grounder to the third baseman. On to home for 1 in time. And Jordy Mercer, the third baseman, deciding to go for the sure out at home there instead of trying to turn 2. And it works out because the next batter is Corey Seager. He goes down on 3 pitches. Williams escapes the jam. But now it's the 12th inning. Antonio Bastardo on. He had been used the last couple of nights. Didn't want to use him that night, and he showed the effects of the wear and tear right there, serving up an easy home run ball to Yasmani Grandal, who walks it off for the Dodgers as they take home the victory here from Chavez Ravine. Yasmani Grandal, one of the more underrated catchers in baseball, in my opinion. He has quietly put together a pretty good couple of seasons since he's been traded to the Dodgers. And even when he was on the Pirates, he really wasn't too bad. So that was a steal for the Dodgers in that Matt Kemp trade, considering they didn't have to eat much of that contract, if any, at all, if I remember. But there you go. An easy win for the Pirates. So here's one of those examples where the critical situation is just a player milestone, which I don't really care about, hit streaks and stuff like that. I mean, mainly it's just guys keeping their hit streaks going, which I really don't care about. So anyway, we saw Glasnow start in the last episode. He gets sent down to AAA in this episode, where we are going to purchase the contract of AJ Schugel, as we have to add him to the 40-man. But there we go. So he's on the Major League roster now. Glasnow's control issues just too bad right now, so we're going to send him to AAA. Hopefully that improves. Now we've got a save situation here against the Diamondbacks. Watson inducing the 5-4-3 double play, and that is going to end it for Pittsburgh. We pick up the victory right here. Watson with a clean 9th inning did surrender 1 base hit, but it was erased by the double play, as you saw right there. And the Pirates getting another win. You can see here, once again, same dance, as I mentioned. Pretty much do the same dance now after every win, but a nice start from Jameson Taillon, who hasn't had the best start to his season in this save, but a good start right there. 5 innings, 1 run, only 54 pitches, which was a little bit weird, but now you can see we're into about mid-May. We've got a situation coming up here against the Philadelphia Phillies. We are home for this game, 19-22, trying to pick up our 20th win of the season, and there's going to be a strikeout to start things off for Watson. So now with a man on and 1 man down, I think this is Freddie Galvis up. He's going to go down on the high fastball. 2 down for Howie Kendrick, and Kendrick is going to ground this one softly. Second baseman flips onto the shortstop in time, and that will do it. The Pirates pick up another victory, their 20th on the season, and Watson with another save, his 12th. Ivan Nova, who's pitching pretty well to start the year, keeping his ERA under 3, which is definitely surprising. I think not a lot of people would have predicted him to pitch quite as well as he did down the stretch last year, but he's off to a good start. He picks up his 4th win of the year. You can see there Drew Hutchison gets the call up as Trevor Williams goes down on to the DL, and then another critical situation coming up here against the Atlanta Braves. Once again, Watson on the hill, trying to save things out. You can see the Cubs are back in first place after we saw them behind the Brewers in the last episode, but Matt Kemp here with 2 guys on, a deep shot to left, and that ball is gone. Watson with the blown save. Matt Kemp with the 3-run walk-off home run, the second time we have been walked off upon via the home run in this episode, but I guess that is what happens when you play the critical situations. There you go. Kemp celebrating with his teammates in the Braves' brand new ballpark, which is kind of cool to see in the game. It is fun when you get a new stadium to play in or a new set of uniforms to use But anyway, advancing towards the end of the month of May into June, and we've got the first year player draft here on June 1st. So a very important day here for our franchise. With the 12th pick in the draft, we have a chance to select a potential future cornerstone of the franchise, possibly. Certainly a good player. Diego Vina was a guy I had my eye on, a high contact potential second baseman, 65 overall already, 2019 MLB ETA. Pete Bayless was another guy I had my eye on, but I was turned off by his low K/9 potential. So I ended up going with Vina, who is already 22 years old, so he looks like he's going to be on the fast track to the majors, which is usually what I go for with the drafts in this game, because typically my saves don't end up going more than 3 or 4 years. If I'm drafting a guy who is maybe 18 years old and 5 years away, that kind of doesn't do me any good unless I'm going to trade him. So I picked Jonas Frederick in the second round. I'm eyeing Antonio Liriano here in the third round. The unfortunate thing was, and I thought I was doing a pretty good job of keeping my scouts with consistent assignments, but we only had about one round of guys accurately scouted or fully accurately scouted. After that, it was pretty much a crapshoot. I mean, I kept selecting guys who we thought might have any potential, but the accuracy on the scouting was pretty low. So kind of just guessing at this point, but I do end up with a few good late round picks, and I'll show you guys who I ended up with, all their ratings and stuff here in a sec. But our last round pick is going to be Dan Song, as he was pretty much the only 80 potential guy left. So there you go. Exit the first year player draft, and here is how we ended up doing it. Diego Vina looks like a stud, 67 overall, A potential, not too far away from the big leagues. Jonas Frederick looking like he could be a pretty good player himself, good contact ratings, 64 overall. And Antonio Liriano looking pretty good as well, 72 overall B potential. Now here we have a few misses, Ernest Calderon and Frederick Jackson. Nothing too special out of either of those guys. Jackson, though, good power ratings. But you can see here Miguel Torres with B potential and another guy with good contact and hitting ratings. So that could be a nice little player there. He's also a 65 overall already. And then Dan Song, C potential, looks like kind of a nothing guy, but he does have some good speed and base running ability, so maybe he could be a bench guy like that down the road. Either way, one final critical situation for this ball game, and it's Tony Watson on the mound once again facing the Mets. He's going to strike out Lucas Duda right there for the second out of the inning. And then with 2 down, it is Wilmer Flores up. He's going to hit one to deep right. That is going to get over the head of Andrew McCutchen, and we'll be down for extra bases. Flores into second easily. So the Mets with a sign of life here. 2 down in the inning. The tying run, though, in scoring position. And it's going to be Desmond Jennings up 2 batters later. He gets behind in the count 0-2, but watch how he works this AB, fouling off the first pitch on 0-2. Then he's going to take 2 straight balls right here, working it back to 2-2, and then check this out. The first 2-2, that's fouled off. That sinker down and away. We're going to go back to the sinker. Another foul tip by Jennings. So we're going to go to the slider down and in this time. Jennings still working the AB. His 4th straight foul ball. But finally, the 5th time is the charm for Watson as he gets him on the high fastball. Just looking right there. And that is going to do it. The Pirates close out the 2-1 victory. So that is going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you thought of the critical situation format in this episode. I think one benefit of it is that it's easier for me to do at-bats like the one I just did with Jennings, where I can show multiple pitches, because you do tend to have more sort of high leverage ABs like that, and to break those down a little bit more closely could be a good thing. But anyway, like I said, I think I personally prefer the old formats, but I want to know what you guys think. So anyway, that's going to do it. Hope you guys did enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I'm out.